First of all, I like the organization. I think you cannot do such a huge event with 10 judges or 9 judges all together on 3 days without a perfect organization. Timing, setup, wines on the right temperature, and to have a nice room where you feel comfortable to taste a lot of wines all day long. And I think this was the most amazing thing about the first Russian wines competition, the organization overall. I have visited the vineyards from Côte Rocheuse and from Château Tally, and I must say, you could have put me into France and I would have believed you, because I thought the vineyards are perfectly prepared. The density is like the vineyards in France or in Germany or in Napa Valley or in Australia. The vines have been really treated very well, and you see the love of the viticulturist, how they work with the soil, and I think this is the best work which I've seen so far. The vineyards of the 2 wineries in emergence who are now being built, and I'm actually looking very much forward of the wines coming onto the market in 2-3 years from both of them. My opinion about Russian wines before I came here to be part of the competition was actually there was none. On my experience as a young person, as a child or in my teenage age, probably was the sweet sparkling red wine from Crimea. And I don't think that there are so many Russian wines available on the German markets. That's why I was happy to come here to learn about it. Because I think if you stop learning things about wines, if you are not open to new countries, to developing wine regions and wine countries, it would be very sad. It's difficult to talk about the major wine faults because there were different faults which are the common wine faults. I think for the red wines, I would say the problem is it's right, especially here around Gelendzhik in the Napa, it's a pretty warm region. And so the problem is to get the grapes, the red grapes especially, ripe without getting the sugar too high. So because you didn't want to have a sugar too high and too much alcohol in the wines, some of the wines have been harvested early and they had sweetness, alcohol, and at the other time a bit of unripe herbal character. With the white wines, I think the major problem was actually, especially in Chardonnay, was oxidation. And the other thing is, I would not consider this a fault, but for our palate, we are not used to taste sweet wines made from Chardonnay. I had to adjust to it. Finally, actually, I did understand some of the sweeter Chardonnays. But in the white wines, I think the oxidation is the major problem. Recommendations is always something, to me coming here and give recommendations. If I dare, and I have to be brave to do that, I would rather look for other varieties which are better adapting to the climate here and to the soils. I think that some of the varietals, which are the international noble varietals like Cabernet, are probably not the best ones, and sometimes you have to make your own experience. We tasted one Macelan, which I like very much. I really did like the Saparavi, and I think there are some other varietals which might fit the warmer climate here and the dryness which is found around Napa. And I also liked the indigenous varietals, and I know that often the indigenous varietals, especially in the country itself, are not respected as much as they should be. So I especially like the wines made from Krasnodar Solotovsky, and I thought they were really impressive, and I liked them because they were fresher, they were not so bold, and I like the special character, the individuality of the wines. I think there are always opportunities for Russian wines to reach the other markets. I think that the Russians also go through all the phases which every other emerging wine country was experiencing. Using too much oak, looking for alcohol and ripeness, and looking for the right varietals, as I just said. And I think that when the problems are solved, let's say in 2 or 3 years, yes, definitely. I think they should already aim now for the markets. They should not start too low. They should go into the markets with the better wines and the more expensive wines, because it's difficult to raise the price later on. So choose the best and try to get them onto the market. And I think this might work, and this will work over time. I would be very happy to return to Russia. First, I enjoyed the country very much. For me, it's the first time that I'm here, and I'm surprised how friendly the people are, how helpful the people are, how beautiful the country is. And on the second hand, when you start to taste the wines of Russia, then you want to see the development. So I would be happy to return because I want to see where Russia is going with its wines. And hopefully the Russian wines competition will go on, and hopefully I can return.